So today I'm going to do a dip painting. I'm going to take a flat piece of paper, tape it down so that it's secure and doesn't move around, and I'm going to pour my paints over this paper and then dip my canvas on top of it to make a beautiful design. So let's get started. And so I'm done mixing all of my paints. The flow mix that I'm using today, I mix up in an 8-ounce bottle some Elmer's glue, about 5.5 ounces, Floetrol Flood, 1.5 ounces, Liquitex Flow Aid, about a half an ounce or less, and then a little bit of spring water. Now I like to use spring water because it doesn't have as many chemicals in it. Today I'm using the Nicole's paint in metallic gold just to mix in with a little bit of the white so everything's not pure white in the background. Pink Punch, Nicole's brand, Barn Red, Apple Barrel brand, Neon Purple, Nicole's brand, Bright Red, and Holly Branch, both apple barrels, and mixed with the flow mix. So let's get started. I'm ready. I have put a little bit of tape on the back of a stationery size paper, which is 12 by 12, which is perfect for the size canvas that I'm going to use today. I'm going to put this down. Now I just did a different one, so you can see I have a little space right here that I know exactly where to put it. It's in the camera. So that's attached to the table. Let me finish putting on my gloves, and I'll show you the other dip that I've already done, so you'll see kind of what this painting is going to turn out like. It is not a pour, but it's an abstract just the same. And as you can see, this one looks like some beautiful flowers. All right, so let me put this aside and we'll get started. So on my paper, I'm going to put some white, no silicone. I want to cover the entire piece of paper because when we dip, that paint's going to come up on to my canvas, and I do want to make sure that I have enough to transfer. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. Now this is probably about 3 ounces of paint. And I'm going to go ahead and use my little spreading knife. I'm going to spread it almost all the way to the end because when I put my canvas on it, it is the same size as my paper. Now you don't have to do that. You can do a little bit bigger than your paper or than your canvas. That's up to you. I like to do it about the same size. If you do this technique with a canvas that is a different size than your surface that you're covering, make sure you mark in some way with tape or whatever, mark off your surface so that you can land your canvas in the correct spot when you're ready. All right, covered. Doesn't need to be smooth. Does need to be all the way to the edge though. Now this is paper that I'm putting it on. Some people will put their dip paintings onto something that's like saran wrap or whatever. Any of that will work. I like to do it on paper because then I actually have a print in the end that is on the paper that is a mirror of what's on my canvas. All right, let me get rid of this paint off of here. That way I can use it again for another project without washing it. Now I've also mixed up a little bit of the gold with some white paint. I do want to have this on my canvas. I don't want just a stark white background. It is a little thinner, as you can see. And what I do is I just kind of drizzle this. If I get a big glob, I'll spread it. I just want it to be here and there, and I don't want it to take over my canvas. But everywhere, I want a little bit everywhere. Just to give, ooh, what is that glow? It must be a little mound of my white there, huh? So there we go. A little bit of brown. It's really white mixed with gold. So I'm going to, for a little bit more control, I'm going to use the end of my paintbrush, because what I'm doing is I'm taking these colors and I'm going to make a 5-spot dot, which is going to end up being the things that define my flowers. I love the purple. It turns out very nice. So I'll make a couple purple flowers here and there. Then we'll go with a different color. Well, this one's a little weird, but that's okay. Alright, let's try a different one. Scrape this off with a paper towel, and I can just use the same paintbrush. I have some beautiful pink. White base. We've put some green for leaves, and I'm going to take my canvas and turn it upside down right on the top of the paint and lay it down. Now I have a little putty thing here, helps me to push the paint where I want it. I really am not caring about what happens underneath, just so that the entire canvas gets touched by paint. Now I'm going to attempt to pull it straight up. When you don't pull it straight up, you get a different design. You get a design like this. Let me show you this one. This is one where I pulled it off to this side, as you can see, so all of my paint went that way. That was what I wanted to happen. I'm going to try to pull this one straight up just to see what it will do. All right, get it all loose all the way around first. Make sure the paint paper is staying with the base. Here we go. See that? All right. Oh my. Oh, that turned out so wonderfully. Look at that. All right, let me sit this down and I will bring you in closer, all right? All right, so this is our finished painting, And as you can see, there's some interesting things that have happened when I pulled it off. Some of the places that I was worried about what the paint would do, too much paint, too little paint, it just turned out fabulous. Well, thank you for watching today.